What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your stimulus check update, stimulus package and infrastructure update, and daily news report for Sunday, August 1st. Yes, welcome to Sunday, August 1st. Now, here's something I want to address. President Biden keeps on flipping back and forth regarding mask mandates, regarding infrastructure, stimulus, what we're gonna see. He keeps on going back and forth, and I want to come to his his side and just help him with this. It's not really him. President Biden is listening to all these different experts and agencies and advisors, and that's what the president does. However, one of the things that President Biden has been criticized of multiple times before is he comes out too quickly and says things. And this is what the White House has been trying to do, and trying to limit the amount of time he speaks with reporters, because they ask him questions that he shouldn't be answering. He answers the questions, and then he has to come back, or the White House does, specifically White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. She has to come back and clean up that mess. Well, we have another mess. President Biden once said, "We will not go on a lockdown again. We will not close schools, and we will not have to wear a mask if we are fully vaccinated." Well, once again, he is going back on that word. Once again, we are very close to wearing masks full time again. So, President Biden has told us he is going to follow the science. This is exactly what Nancy Pelosi said for the past year. This is what Democrats have been telling us for a while. So, President Biden is going to follow what the CDC recommends. And this is actually very important to understand, because if the CDC recommends lockdowns, okay, whether it's nationwide or just in particular states where we see hotspots, then according to multiple experts, we will see additional stimulus. There will be more stimulus checks that will have to go out in order to pay the American people in order to stay home and potentially get rid of this virus, right? Slow it down. But again, this is something that many Democrats have been saying for a while, is we need to just lock down. We need to give the American people more assistance. We need to ensure that we can get rid of this virus now. Well, what we heard last year, and I think this is extremely important, is last year many lawmakers were looking into the stimulus package, the talks. What are we going to provide? Well, at the same time, health experts were saying we need to lock down, we need to do it now. Let's do it now before the case count just exceeds our expectations, before the hospitalizations increase beyond measure, before too many people start dying. Well, we had days during the winter, okay, about 7-8 months ago, we had days where we saw over 100 and 200,000 COVID cases per day. That's insane. And some say we could be right back to this because of this Delta variant, because of how rapidly it's spreading. We could be right back here. So, what we are being told right now, according to many health experts, is we need to take advantage of the time we have right now. And some are saying a lockdown might be the best bet, might be the best opportunity to get rid of this virus once and for all. But it has to come with, it comes with a cost, and the cost is going to be put on the federal government. We are most likely going to see a stimulus check come back. According to reports, what we're going to see is we're going to see the American people push for more. We're going to see lawmakers ask for more. We're going to see President Biden demand more from the American people as well. If everybody's asking for more, everybody needs more, that might be exactly what we need. So, if the CDC comes out and says that, and this is something that President Biden he's following what the CDC guidelines are. If the CDC comes out and says, we need to take this into our own hands, we need to curb this virus, and we need to potentially go on lockdown again, that's exactly what the President Biden and the Biden administration will do. Again, President Biden once said, we will never go on a lockdown again. He said he is not going to close schools. However, it seems like the administration is more open now to lockdowns if more people do not get vaccinated. That's the threat. Again, that's the threat. We are seeing that this morning, that there is a potential, there is a chance we see lockdowns happen again if more Americans do not go and get the vaccine. Whether this is an empty threat and this isn't going to happen, I don't know. Do I want to go back on a lockdown? No, I don't. Do I want to protect my family and my loved ones? My friends, family? Yes, of course. Absolutely I do. Do I want to make sure every one of you is protected and safe as well? Of course. But at the same time, what we know is that when we follow the science, yes, a lockdown would be great. But if we lock down, even if it's for 2 to 4 weeks, okay, we do something like the UK or Australia has done multiple times, Germany, if we do something like that, we also need to see stimulus go out to the American people, because what we know over the past year is when we locked down and the American people only got a measly $1,200, and then 6 months later got an additional $600, and then a few months later got an additional $1,400. That $3,200 in payments, that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for a year of just heartache, of anguish. It wasn't enough. Some are saying we could potentially see a monthly stimulus check. However, if we only go on lockdown for 2 weeks to 4 weeks, we would not need a recurring check. It would just be a one-time payment. Some are saying $2,000 would be the number if it's for 1 month. If it's for 2 weeks, possibly a $1,000 stimulus check. I don't know. It's in the discussions. That's something that we need to keep an eye on. But according to reports, President Biden would first recommend not for a complete lockdown, complete shutdown. He would first recommend that certain states who have a low vaccination rate, they would go on lockdown first. And if this, again, it's not the entire country. And again, these are just according to reports. But this has been in the discussions as of lately, is would we go on lockdown? If we do, who should be locked down? And according to the reports, it will be the southern states. Florida is one of those. Florida is pretty much the main one at this point. But if Florida is locked down, I don't know what the governor is going to say about that. But if Florida would to be locked down, and this is something that President Biden would have to urge the governor to do, and I don't think he's going to have a very successful time with the governor of Florida. I just don't think it's going to happen. But it could. And if he requires a state to pretty much lock down, okay, what we are hearing right now is that if COVID cases can't be controlled at that point, then it wouldn't just be a state requirement, it would be a federal requirement. Everybody shut down, locked down for potentially maybe 1, possibly 2 to 4 weeks. That's what we're hearing. Again, President Biden, he has gone back and forth. He has flip-flopped so many times with what he wants and what's going to happen. But again, coming to his defense, and I'm not trying to side with Democrats or side with Republicans on this one, but coming to President Biden's defense, and I did this with former President Donald Trump as well. If you remember last year, I came to his defense multiple times. This is something new. This virus is something new. We've never been here before. We've never seen this. We've never had this happen. So this is all new to everybody involved. So I came to President Donald Trump's defense last year, said he's doing the best he can with the information that he's got. I'm going to come to President Biden's defense this time as well. He's doing the best he can with the information that he's got. Okay? And I know this for a fact that he is not the smartest guy in the room. He's never the smartest guy in the room. Either was former President Donald Trump. But they knew who to ask. They asked hopefully the right people, and they gave us guidance based on their education and past experiences. But they gave us guidance, and that got us to where we are today. Okay? So at least I'm thankful for that. Because I wouldn't have been able to figure out, everybody put on a mask, social distance, put on hand sanitizer. I probably would have just stayed inside for the past year. So at least we've received some sort of guidance over the past year. But what I can tell you right now is this constant flip-flopping. This has many economists believing that a stimulus check will be on the table. And according to one report, it isn't off the table. It is not off the table. And even when during a press briefing just yesterday, one of the reporters asked the deputy press secretary Pierre, and says, and I quote, So if you're listening to the science, if scientists come to you at some point down the line and say, it is our opinion that we should be shut down and there should be school closures, you would do that. That was the question. And the White House's response made clear that lockdowns were definitely not off the table. Okay? So it's not something that they are considering that, yes, we need to do this tomorrow. This is something they have been discussing for quite some time. And the White House says, and I quote, "We listen to the CDC and the experts and their guidance. The CDC is a body that is very well respected, and again, we follow their guidance." And that's exactly what President Biden has been doing, just following the guidance of the CDC and other advisors and health experts. What I can tell you right now is there is a good chance we do see more potential, more modified lockdowns. Again, it would most likely target specific states, but there's a chance we will see this. Some are expecting we will see this sometime in August. Again, what health experts are telling us is we need to figure this out and we need to slow the virus down now before we get into the fall, before we get into the colder months when everybody goes indoors, right? They can't social distance anymore. Everybody's indoors, back at school, back at work. Vacations aren't really a thing, but everybody is now in close proximity to one another. So that's what we're hearing right now. But as I know more, I promise I'll come back and share more. I just wanted to share this little bit of information with you because I think this is something that we are going to have to watch. We are really going to have to watch this. Whether you are vaccinated or not, doesn't matter. A lockdown will impact every single person here in the United States. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.